Hello, it's another board Duck and Dice.
Good voice.
First play of Sentient, which the rulebook was weird. I felt like I think I was expecting more, and so the simplicity kind of threw me. But it's simple, but it's not. So everyone starts with one of these boards, which randomly has a different industry on, and you roll all 5 dice and you place them in their correct colours. Then you're going to be using your kind of workers and assistants to select one card. When you select it, you place it on your board and you leave your workers and assistants there, and later on they will count for influence to win more shares in industry or potentially victory points. When you place the cards, you have to either modify your dice by the top corners or place an assistant over one to not modify. And what you're trying to do is meet this criteria here to score the amount of points, usually on the bottom. This one's a bit different. So for this one, it is 7 minus my highest of my 2 dice. So I've managed to get my dice down to 1, so I would score 6 points if that remains the same. However, if that gets minused by my last card, that will roll through to a 6, and then I would only score 1 point. And this one just needs to be between 2 dice that are even. At the minute it's not. I'm playing for the fact that I would probably have a plus or minus on a card there and do that. So playing with Simon Brass, who I've just played Brass with. He's already got 2 cards and he's using assistant there, look. Oh. Thoughts?
There's a lot going for such a small game. There's a lot going on. There's cards, there's dice, there's manipulation, there's industry share things. I don't really know which way to go to get the points.
Yes.
I think it's one of those games where there's points going to be a little bit of a point salad. I think it's going to be points coming from all over the place.
Easy explain for the mechanics, but then you're looking at it going, okay, now what do I do?
Yeah. I think these points at the bottom are like the obvious points.
Yes.
But I think there's going to be points from these shares and things at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And I can't really work out where my focus needs to be.
And if you don't like any of the cards, you can pass as long as you still have these guys left, and then you put your token on there, and that the bottom one is last place. So if you pass, you're going last next time, which can be good or bad. So yeah, we'll see if we brain crunch it at the end. It reminds me a little bit of what's that other card game with the coloured ones and you?
Don't know me.
Oh, we played it.
No, don't know
I'll remember it by the end. By the end. So Sentient ends with a narrow 3-point victory for your boy here. That's street talk, Simon.
I know.
Basically, these that you can collect over the game are worth 1 point per card you have of that industry. So I had 3 service cards, so I got 6 points back for that. And then everything else is scored at the end of the rounds. Having not getting an industry sometimes got your point, which quite good if you hadn't gone heavy in that industry. And we both said that's what we weren't really thinking about. We were thinking more about the immediate points because they often seemed heavier. But I guess with some of the 3-point cards, it's worth not scoring them if you've got 5 of their investors. So yeah, incredibly thinky.
Yeah.
3 rounds felt right, although I thought it was going to be really fast. Mr. Brass.
Yeah, I think 3 rounds for 2 players. I think one of the issues was I was top of the pile on the breaking ties situation.
Yes.
So twice I was breaking ties.
Yes.
Didn't go in my favour in the end, but with 2 players that's sort of a little bit of an issue. I think with more players that would be mitigated a bit more.
If you don't pass, you're usually going to be breaking ties. You kind of don't want to pass unless you absolutely have to.
Yeah.
You don't want to be the first person to pass.
Yeah.
And then you're forced to. So yeah, you most cases you're going to get 2 goes breaking ties, aren't you?
Yeah. If you're first player,
So I was first player here. I actually passed first,
Yeah.
So it didn't affect it because
But it would have
it would have done anyway.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. And then it just played out in turn.
But I got 2 turns of being breaker of ties, where
Yeah.
you only got 1.
Oh
the nature
yeah,
of
I'm just looking at the
rounds.
rounds. Yeah. Yeah, that's the point.
Which, yeah, it would be mitigated with 3 or 4 players also. But yeah, it's good. I really liked it. I liked it a lot. But I think it would be quite a hard teach. It feels like an intro game, but I think for a beginner, it's quite a hard teach.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we knew this was important, and I'd said exactly what they were, yet when it came to it, there was just a bit too much, because you've got the score, what you're trying to achieve with your dice, the type, and then the modifications taken into account. And actually it comes together really clever with these assistants that you can either use them to bolster your plays for your industry or pop on there to kind of cancel it out. But yeah, it's just that it's not Gateway.
No, but it sort of feels Gateway.
Yes, yeah. Because you explain the rules, I mean, what, in five minutes?
Yeah.
So yeah, but really enjoyed it. But yes, wouldn't. When I read the rule books, I thought, oh, this might be one Anna can play. Now I wouldn't play it with Anna, because the maths would do her head in.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, we were both sat thinking far too long on our turns for what it was.
Yeah, there's a couple of occasions when just that right card came out, like when I wanted those 2 greens and I managed to run almost a combo.
Yeah.
But again, with more players, that card, there's no guarantee that card would have been there.
No.
And I guess with more players, you're going to pass more to mess people up.
Yeah.
Because...
And also, they may not have been the right cards if you were concentrating on your shares and things.
Yes.
So,
yeah, exactly.
Because if you went heavy in one share, you could get 9-10 points for every card that you've taken.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's very good, very clever.
But the maximum you can get of each industry is going to be 3, though, isn't it?
4 with your starter one.
4 with your starter one, yeah. So each card could be worth 4 points. Yeah, so that could be a lot. Yeah, so that starter one's actually more interesting than it first appeared.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool. I look forward to playing with it more. Bye.